Welcome back. It's been 2 weeks. Last time I went live was June 11th, I believe. So what are we doing today? Back to solving more problems, I guess. I would love to go live at least once a week. So maybe every Saturday, and that's pretty much it. As far as life updates are concerned, I have one moment. Let me open up a notepad. Cool, I hope that's visible. As far as live updates are concerned, I hope my mic is audible. So, we'll go live every Saturday maybe. And number 2 is, yeah, got new posters. Got more posters. Last live stream, if you will excuse me one moment. Ad blocker doesn't seem to work on YouTube. Alright, anyways, last live stream I showed my Elon Musk poster, if you guys remember. The one over there. But this time around I added 2 new posters. There's Elon Musk and there is Jeff Bezos working. This was taken in 1999. So it's a pretty surreal poster. This one. This was taken in 1999, and he was already worth $10 billion at the time, but most of his net worth was tied to the company, which means he couldn't just sell stakes at his company to get liquid cash. He's $10 billion net worth, but it was not liquid. And the desk that you guys see that he is using is not a desk that he bought. It was a door converted into a desk. If you can see the hinges here that is holding the plank and the legs of the table, it actually looks very DIY, and it looks very DIY because it is very DIY. And it's a door. It's a huge door, and I believe he added the legs, and he figured that this would be cheaper compared to buying a proper office grade desk from IKEA or something else at that time. He figured this would be cheaper, number 1, and number 2, he thought he wanted it to symbolize Amazon's tenet, which is Amazon's number 1 tenet, which is customer obsession. So basically, he doesn't want to include anything that doesn't directly contribute towards making the user experience better, making the customer experience better. Which is why he decided to use this door. as a desk, as a makeshift desk, to symbolize Amazon's focus on customer obsession, and also because it was cheap. And believe it or not, and this one, right, the logo that you guys see, that was drawn by him, that was spray painted by this beautiful man here, and it was spray painted for two reasons. One, also it was cheaper to spray paint your own logo rather than hiring a costly designer. And number two, again, it was to symbolize Amazon's another principle, another tenet, which is speed, speed of delivery, and absolute essentialism. So that's, yeah, some tidbits about this picture here and why I decided to print it out, actually order it out and paste it on my wall. It doesn't look like it, but that man, when this picture was taken, sitting on the desk, that man over there was actually worth $10 billion at that time when this picture was snapped. Doesn't look like it though. It's another picture. What's the another poster that I have? It is this one. It is this one. It's Steve Jobs, and that was taken in, I don't know, I think it was taken in 95 maybe. Yeah, 1985, I'm sorry. So this picture that you guys see was actually taken in 1985. Very pivotal moment in his career. And it was time when, soon after this picture was taken, he was fired from his own company. He was fired from Apple. And it'll be a terrific experience for him, right? Because it's the company that he started. And it fired him. The board of directors decided to vote together, come in together, and then fire Steve Jobs. But after that though, he went on to start a operating systems company, which is Next. And he also acquired Pixar, which was a struggling graphic startup. And the rest is history, right? Pixar has won like 5-6 Oscars, Academy Awards for best animated film of that particular year. And after that, years down the line, Apple bought Next, and along with it, Steve Jobs, they reinstated him as the CEO. And yes, man went on to give us 1,000 songs in our pocket, aka the iPod. Man went on to give us the iPhone, the iPad, and basically revolutionized the whole world, whole tech industry with the advancement that he made. And that's pretty much it. That's the 3 posters that I have. I might, when I start uploading, regular videos, I will make a video on the posters that I've stuck on my wall. Definitely more posters are to come. I've been thinking of getting one of Alex Hormozy, which is another person that I look up to. And what is the another thing that I have over here? So this one that you guys see is my life in weeks. So shaded box, every shaded box, it's made up of small boxes, and every small shaded box is 1 week of my life. So after every week is over, this is all the weeks that I've lived till now. And after every week is over, I come here and then I shade the box. So I'm currently around 20-21 years old, and I've lived up to here. And assuming I live up to 90, there are these many boxes left. It's a really nice thing to look up every day, basically, to see how many weeks have gone by, how many weeks have gone by. It makes me more mindful of my time, makes me frequently introspect on what is important in my life, which is of course not material thing, which is doing the things that I love with the people that I love. And every now and then every day I come and have a look at it, or every other day, and it just shows how insignificant I am. The fragility of life makes me grateful. It reminds me not to waste time, and makes me make me think whether the path that I'm going is actually the path that I want to go, and not the path that somebody else have set up for me, or the path that society has set up for me. It reminds me to frequently ask the question, is whether what I'm about to do is what I want to do. And that's pretty much it. That's the 3 additions that I have. And that's it, man. We'll get started. We'll pause the audio, and we'll get back to problem solving. 13 minutes have passed. Yeah. I woke up at 4:30 today. That's another new thing of my life. I woke up at 4:30 today. I've been waking up at 4:30, 4:45 frequently. Been waking up early, around 4:45. And that's pretty much it, right? Slowly building momentum. And I feel like if I just be consistent and just stick to whatever it is that I want, whatever it is that I've set up to stick to, I would reach or maybe even surpass all the goals that I have. So let's get back to problem solving. And I woke up and solved, I believe, 3 problems. Was reversing a string. Another thing was palindrome check. Another thing was largest odd number in a string. Yeah, let's get into another one. Wow, I'm struggling to resize this. All right. Let's get started one more time. So write a function to find the longest common prefix string amongst an array of given strings. If there is no prefix, return an empty string. Great. str equal to flowers. What is the common prefix? fl. fl is the common prefix. So output should be fl. str is a list of strings. Dog, cat, animal, monkey. No common prefix, as I can see. So an empty string is returned. Lady, lazy. LA is the common prefix. LA is returned. Let's get started. So I intend to live stream until I eat lunch, which would be around 12:30 or 1. It's 10 a.m. right now. So 2.5 hours to 3 hours. So let's just initialize a variable title prefix. And because we need to compare. My approach should be to take individual elements one by one, like flowers, flow, fly, flight, and then compare the elements sequence wise. And so f of flow would be compared with f of flowers, L of flow would be compared with L of flowers, O of flow would be compared with O of flowers, and then wherever there is a discrepancy and inconsistency, I would update the prefix. So which means my prefix should not be an empty string, but rather the first string itself, or st of 0. Now I want to iterate over the given list of strings. So for I in range, one, because st of 1 would directly go into flow, because I've already have looked at the 0th place. So ft range of 1 comma len of st. Better we will make it this as word. So for word in range len of st, it would iterate one by one. Now I need to figure out my next loop for j in range 0 to len of word. But usually that won't be the case, right? But I guess there will be some places where the prefix has lesser length than the word that I'm currently reading. So in which case it would just give me index out of range. So I'll create a new word like length. Length equal to minimum of my current prefix, length of current prefix, come on, length of word. So now I'm iterating over the list one by one. So flowers, flow, fly. And now I need to make comparison. If st of word of j is not equal to, this basically means st of word of j is basically word is fly, st of word is flow, and so flow of 0 is f. So if f is not equal to my prefix of j, what I do is I do prefix equal to prefix of 0 to, or from whatever starting value to j, it needs to stop there. So initially if I have something like prefix equal to, let's say, flow, and I'm comparing fly with this. So for first iteration it would work, second it would work, and then it would compare for flow of 0, j in range 0 comma 3, because 3 is the minimum compared with 4. So it will compare y and o. This is an inconsistency. This makes this statement false. And ideally I would want to trim the prefix. So I'm trimming the prefix as I'm slicing it. So FLOW would change into FL. Now let's see, if there is no discrepancy, how does my prefix change? If there is no discrepancy, my prefix should get updated as word of 0 to j plus 1. Point being, if it matches, my prefix should get updated. So if f of the word matches with f of flow, this f should start becoming the new prefix. Only then, for the following iterations, I would be comparing it with the right prefix. This should work. Now I need to return the prefix after everything is over. Return the prefix. Hopefully this works. Hopefully this works. Alright, so it should be st of word. Word is just an index range. St would make it into the string. Again, word is just an index. St of word is the actual word, actual string. Interesting. So it says prefix of j. I'll give myself like 30-35 minutes before looking at the solution. How though? I have a pen and paper here. I'll just chart out the iteration cycle. So string index is out of range. That can never happen. Because I'm always taking the minimum of the length of both the word. This cannot happen. So initially the prefix is set to st of 0, which means flower. Now for word in 1 comma len of st is 1 comma 4 in this case, right? So 1, 2, 3 iterations will happen. 3 iterations will happen. Now length is equal to minimum of len of prefix. Len of prefix is currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So min of 6 comma len of st of word. Is that correct? Is word a number? Yes, it is. St of word. So st of 1, right? So st of 1 is 0, 1, which is flow, 0 based indexing. So len of flow, which is 4, it should be let me make everything else as common statements. So first time it's 4, and then it's 3, and then it's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Interesting, it should take the minimum. Why is it taking minimum? Is there no function like minimum in Python? Oh, it works correctly, right? So it's first time it's 4, second time it's 3, third time is same number of digits, so it's 6. Print works correctly. Length works correctly. if prefix of j, which would be f, right, is not equal to st of word of j, trim it. Should work. What is really happening is prefix of j would be f, and st of word of j would also be f. But that doesn't seem to be the case. So let me print. Maybe my understanding of what the output would be is wrong. So let me print prefix of 0, because that is what it will be the first iteration, and st of word of 0. Let me print both of these and let's see what happens. Right, so it works. So 0 comma 4, if I'm not wrong. So now it goes to 1, the first iteration. So when it goes to the first iteration, prefix of 1 is alright. So this else is the problem, because my prefix is changed, but that should not happen, right? My prefix is now a different. Maybe they should come out of the. I'll have another one called new prefix or temp prefix. And after the iteration, I'll be like, case 1 works. What's case 2? Is dog and cat. Wow. This should work. And it does work for 10 cases, 9 test cases. Supposed to work. Mm-hmm. I think I'm running into the same problem of having this be generated as a new thing every time. So the temp prefix is actually generated again and again. And it's just basically, I'm just naming it differently. Earlier it was prefix equal to prefix 0 to j. Now it's just temp prefix. So every iteration temp prefix is overwritten. Trying to think. So maybe I should have a temp prefix, but I should not have it as over here. That's the problem. Temp prefix equal to empty strings. Getting the minimal value and after that I'm going from 0 to length. Make it short of j in range 0 to length. From 0, 1, 2, whichever one is the shortest among prefix and word. No, I need to think. So I'm comparing, right? I'm comparing. If it is equal for j, prefix of j is equal to the word of j. Let me just change everything. Maybe instead of slicing, just temp prefix equal to prefix equal to temp prefix plus prefix of 0 to j plus 1 or j. I think it should be j plus 1 or j. Wait. Temp prefix equal to temp prefix plus prefix of 0 to j plus 1. What is the prefix currently? Prefix is currently flower. So 0 to 0 would be yeah, sounds about right. Else, if there is a mismatch, maybe I'll just come out of the loop. I'll just come out of the loop and be like a break. And at this point of time, because there is a mismatch, I will update my original prefix into temp prefix. So this is what I'll do. And now hopefully if I return prefix, it should work. Well, very weird. Let me submit. Okay, doing some mistake over here. Your output is F, expected output is FL. Okay, let me just do the edge cases as well. If are the indentation correct? Oh, I don't think the indentation is correct. Oh, fuck. It should break and prefix equal to temp prefix. Looks right. So it works. So it is 0 to j. Very interesting. Handling the edge cases, it will be like if there is no string given, I would just be like return an empty string. And if whenever the prefix itself is empty, if there is no prefix, I should again exit the loop, right? Because otherwise it would keep running. So if prefix also does not exist, should work. Does not work. Beautiful. Doing some mistake. I don't know what. But I'm very close. Very, very close. Very, very close. So if not an ST, return that. So it's not the edge cases that matter. Let's worry about the edge cases later. And whenever there is an equal, whenever there is a match, I should add that character. Oh, I should add that character, not the slice. This should work. I should not slice it. I should add that specific character. Does work. Hit submit. Alright. Does work. Edge cases should be added. So let's just add it for practice, right? So if the input itself is not given, we just return an empty string. And I believe that's about it. Advanced analysis. $30 not bad. With commenting. With commentary. Makes sense. Oh fuck, why did I look at the time complexity? I should have done it myself. But yeah, I get it. So n is the number of strings, m is the length of the shortest string. It would run as many times as there are number of strings and multiplied by the shortest length. Works pretty great. Not bad. 30 minutes, 35 minutes. Not bad. It feels very exhausting to comment while code. Very exhausting to comment while code. And I've already done like 3 problems for the day. I've done like these problems from the morning. I think I should stop here. Maybe I just overstepped. And yeah, this feels exhausting. It feels exhausting to comment and code. Maybe I need more practice, or maybe I should only do commentary when I've already solved the problem, and be quiet when I'm solving the problem. So yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it for today. Nothing more. Glad I was able to hit that go live button, which is the most important part, right? Showing up. And for now, let's keep it like 1 lives a week, and let's just slowly improve. I'm still experimenting. I still need to figure out whether I need to comment and think and code at the same time, or comment only on those problems that I've already solved, or just be on mute when I'm thinking and coding the solution, and then afterwards comment. The text is also old, the one over here. That's also old. It should be stream 8. Anyways, very exhausting, and I should really think how I need to take this forward as far as live streaming is concerned, because I'm just using this as an accountability thing for now, right? Not a get subscribers kind of thing. Not trying to become a YouTuber here. So yeah, we'll definitely need to figure out. Glad I hit that live button, because it teaches you, right? Teaches you whether you want to, how you want to take things forward. This was a fantastic problem. Definitely something that I would recollect and add this to my LeetCode tracker. Let's see. Let me figure out how I'm gonna live stream, and yeah, hopefully see you guys next week. There's 0 concurrent viewers, but yeah, if you're from the future, yeah, hopefully I'm continue this. And I do something like 1 live stream per week. That's about it. Thank you so much for tuning in. No viewers, of course. Thank you myself for hitting that live button. That would be a better word. Goodbye.